Hello everyone, and welcome to another long-awaited episode of Games Galore. I'm Tyler Lawton, and in today's episode, we're going to be covering a classic RPG game that's been taking over my life for the past month, and that game is Persona 5 Royal. So, of all the action role-playing games I've played, this game sits at a pedestal so high it reaches the moon. The story, gameplay, content, character writing, just makes sense why it won an award for Best Role-Playing Game in the 2017 Game Awards. So, we've got a lot to cover, so let's get into it. So, first, the story is definitely something to write home about. After being expelled from his old school for a crime he didn't commit, a Japanese high school student under the codename Joker looks to start anew at his new campus, where his life turns upside down. In just a few days, Joker and unfortunate classmates are hit with a special power that's invisible to the ordinary eye. When the group members discover each other's power, they unite to become the Phantom Thieves of Hearts, a vigilante group that travels through the game's metaverse. And this supposed metaverse is a magical realm built on the foundation of humanity's distorted desires. Upon discovering corrupt figures that harm their community, Phantom Thieves travel through this supernatural world to steal the evil intentions from their hearts and change them. To be honest, there's a lot more to this game's story, but it can only be discovered through more playtime. Its creative concept and bravery to tackle dark themes is something that's rarely attempted for most RPG games, which is a breath of fresh air in my opinion. And it's not just the story that's good, it's also the gameplay. So if we're being honest here, I think the gameplay for Persona 5 is the reason why I didn't touch grass for a month. There are just so many cool attributes that never make me want to stop playing. The main feature the combat system has is the ability to use personas. So, to describe it bluntly, personas are said to be physical manifestations of a playable character's psyche, and each member of your party possesses a unique one. Each persona has its own skill sets and attacks, which shows its strengths and weaknesses in every battle. And by collecting these new personas through battling enemies, the game promotes a fun and grindable system that leads to epic boss fights. And on top of this, there's also a variety of collectible items that can be useful during battle, including pistols, armor, accessory, you name it. And all of these items, including other unique attributes, can be unlocked through the RPG's endless pool of in-game content. Now, there's so much content in this game that if I listed everything, I think the whole DNN crew would have to keep rolling these cameras overnight. So, I'll just talk about my favorite parts of the game. So first, one of my favorite aspects of the game was the palaces. So basically, in case you haven't played it, palaces are dangerous locations in the metaverse that are built around an evil character's twisted desires. And since the main targets of the game have their own flaws, each palace is built completely differently. This brought a ton of new variety between each palace, since you could never know what to expect from what enemies, traps, or bosses that you would face. And I also really enjoyed the confidant feature, where the bonds you made with characters would help strengthen the personas you might collect. Just spend a day to hang out with a friend you made, and it could dramatically boost your strength in future battles. It's just such a cool way of motivating players to explore the world and characters around them. And finally, there was the addition of the Thief's Den. Oh, this is my favorite part. This is mainly an extra location to keep cool collectibles you get after beating huge bosses and unlocking secret conversations. And the best part is that players can customize their dens, such as the architectural design and the music, which is a big part of Persona. It's really just a great source of content. So, all in all, Persona 5, it is a very well-rounded game. The story, combat system, and in-game content are just what makes this game one of my favorite RPGs ever. So, that about covers it for today. Thanks for watching this episode of Games Galore, and don't stay up too late playing video games.